I was reading in an article recently that Facebook is now targeting specific things that it knows you are going to respond to. Very specific as well. So say that you're, for instance, one of those people that's like, I like clubbing and also because I'm raunchy, pole dancing as well. So I've got a really square body that looks like little toothpick legs. I don't know why is that a trend? It's thick. But anyway, if you're one of those people, what'll happen is that Facebook will save posts that are related to that for the moment that you wake up, because they understand that if you wake up and you look at Facebook, that your brain goes into a loop and then it'll start looking at Facebook more throughout the rest of the day. So it wants to capture you as soon as you wake up. And it also knows from its algorithms and how much you move around your fingers, the approximate time that you wake up. So it'll give a little mind window frame of say 5 to 10 minutes of that. Then it'll put out all of that content so you wake up and you go, it's just got that blurry face of mine. What's emerging here? Nice. Bloke's World's coming back to Channel 10. And then it's got you. And it's ruined the rest of your day, because we've discussed in videos about social media before this. If you look at social media first thing in the morning, you are going to be 10 IQ points stupider by the end of the day. That's one scary part of it. The other part is that it just takes up huge amounts of your time, even though it's making you dumber. Put aside that, it takes up huge, ginormous chunks of your time. I'm talking hours. It's become the new television. You know, in the 90s, the average American used to watch 8 hours of television a day, and then they'd sit there and be like, life's really tough. I don't know why I'm getting ahead in work. Well, it's because while you're doing that, there's some Chinese guy that's sitting there going, okay, time to learn English so I can be a little more polite at work. While they're using that time to work. It's the same, that's what's happened now. Social media has just become so much better at catching your attention than television has, that it's able to take up even more time. There's some studies that are coming out of the US that are saying that the average person, the average teenager in America, if they're able to have phones in their classroom, that's moved up to 14 hours of the day. That they're kind of in and out of paying attention to things and then going back to this and going, and what the scariest part about all of that is, put aside the fact that when you're looking at this, it is doing the exact opposite of accumulating any skills for you, unless you're watching one of these channels, so by the way, keep it for just your old pal, huh? But in general, most social media is just there to design with stupid bullshit that doesn't really matter at all. Like, this is a really big pizza, check it out, New York Times. It's that kind of stuff. That's most of social media, just useless tidbit information that isn't even general knowledge. I sincerely doubt they'll ever ask that if you ever go on QI, going, well, that was the world's largest pizza, man, Boston or New York. Actually, no, they would definitely ask that. So we've learned some things. It's good for accumulating some skills, but say that you wanted to become an engineer or a world famous doctor, is there such a thing as that? Oh yeah, I suppose. That doctor that's on midday television. What's his name again? How can I forget? Dr. Phil. What a legend. Such a policeman's moustache, and hasn't changed it. Now, what you need to understand about this, though, is that every time you're looking at social media, it is taking away an hour of your life that you could be putting towards accumulating a skill that will move you towards your dreams. It is actually moving you further away from your dreams. It is wasting your life. Scary thought. Very scary thought to process. And not only that, it's making you dumber, that even if you were able to stop social media, it would take a while for your brain to recalibrate so that you actually could pursue your dreams in the first place. I noticed it the other day. I had a phone because I was using it while I was up in Brisbane. It was Mislov's phone. I promised in the last video I'd stop using his example. But anyway, I was reading a book. I was very engaged in it. I looked at social media for 5 minutes. And then I was just so I could see, to plan my day out, which is the excuse that everybody always gives in these videos where I say that you should get a dumb phone. And they go, well, it's a great organizational tool. Well, if it works for you, that's fine. But I think you're lying. Tough truths. Thanks for subscribing, by the way, to someone who more or less abuses you for 15 minutes and goes, you're pathetic, you're nothing, you don't have the guts to succeed, do you? Look at me, I'm succeeding in life, I've got spaghetti stains on my shirt. But I was looking at it for 5 minutes. I looked at a couple of bullshit things on it going, ah, yeah, Joe Rogan. Then I went back to reading the book. My concentration was shot. That was 5 minutes. It took me another 15 minutes to get back into the groove of reading. That's what social media does to your brain. This is why this is a wake-up call to you. First off, it is getting more sophisticated in figuring out how to waste your time and how to scatter your brain so you are more susceptible to the advertisement that's on it. But second, if you haven't done the measures, if you haven't downloaded Self-Control as the app so that you can at least put out huge chunks on your laptop of time that is spent where you can't access the net, first of all, do that. Second off, please get a dumb phone. There's all these people that always say, you could just get rid of Facebook. I don't understand what the big deal is. These are the same people that say like, oh, I've got this, but I just put some shapes in my cupboard and then I just eat one shape a day. Is that right? Well, by one shape, I mean the box. If the thing is in front of you, you will inevitably move towards things that are easy and accessible and time wasting, because that's the other thing. When you're just not engulfed in this haze of bullshit from Al Jazeera Plus, what your brain starts to do is get scared and bored and all these other emotions that you don't want to feel, but they are natural emotions that you need to feel, and they help you move towards your goal. Because when you're moving towards your goal and you're moving away from it, if there's something there going, you're a piece of shit, you're not doing hard enough work, you're like, oh, I better start working, and then you start moving towards it again. When you're in social media and you're just sitting there going, yeah, SpongeBob's been around for 20 years, oh my god. It doesn't make, it's the MTV generation. You feel neither highs nor lows. That's really bad, because that means that years of your life just drift by and you don't notice that you're not doing anything to improve it. So I highly, highly cannot stress this enough. What a weird sentence that was. Highly, highly cannot stress it enough that you get rid of smartphone altogether. If you genuinely think that you can control your habits and that if you take off Facebook, you're not going to put it back on. There are some people that can do that. I don't think that you're one of them, seeing as you're watching YouTube right now, admit it. But if you're not one of those people, at the very least, just get a shit $15 phone from Kmart and have the leb chick that's always inevitably in the sound section of Kmart give you the weird look of like, oh my god, are you a drug dealer? Can you hook me up, bros? And then get on with the rest of your life. Just that little piece of embarrassment, that strange interaction where she goes, why would you want that phone? Is worth it. It is worth it because it gives you control of your life back. Social media, all it's trying to do is suck it away from you so that they can collect more data, spy on you, and then get really specific advertisements that sell directly to the way that you think. It's getting to that Futurama part where they're just having dreams about ads. So, if you have some other ambition in life, the absolute most important thing, and good on you if you actually have done this, and write into the comments box so that I'm not crazy here. Well, maybe I am, who knows? But if there's other people there that they've seen that when they got the dumb phone, their productivity increased. It's not just my opinion. I've read a book on it, and it was in the airport, so you can tell it was not shit. It was right next to Dean Koontz. Alright, I'll see you next week.